if you don't have an email list, you're leaving money on the table. So today I'm going to tell you why you need one and how you can start it for $0. I'm going to share with you how to get your first subscribers, what an email list is, why you need one, how to set it up, and how to use it. This is something that helped me in my businesses, particularly my paint business, where it helped me grow my subscriber list from 0 people to almost 10,000 people. And there are some ways to do that, and I'll share some of those in this, but this is more about getting set up. I'll share more about the marketing side of it in another video at another time. So as I said, if you have a question, pop it in the comments and I'll answer them at the end. And on a Tuesday, I'm doing a longer live session where it's a Q&A about anything, and we're just talking in real live time, answering questions. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Catherine, so welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's great to have you. Thank you so much for being here. So what is an email list? An email list is a collection of email addresses that you have gotten from people who have given you permission. So that is the important thing here. Now, in New Zealand, we have laws that say that you are not able to add someone to your email list without their permission. You have to have an opt-in or to have had proof that they actually want you to join. They want you to add them to your email address. Now, there are a couple of ways you can do this depending on how you build the list, and we'll go into that a little bit further down the track. It's important to check the laws in your country to know what the laws are, to make sure that you are not that you are abiding by those laws of your country around adding people to your email list. Now, if you see me looking down, I've got my notes here on my old iPhone, so that's what's going on there. Right, so that's what an email list is, a collection of email addresses. Why do you need an email list? So, many reasons I'm going to go through. The first, I'm going to share a little story. In late March of 2020, here in New Zealand, we went into lockdown, as the world did at many different stages during that period. I was in some Facebook groups that afternoon, and we were told in New Zealand that we had to shut down our business unless we were an essential service. Now, in this Facebook group, there were a whole lot of business owners sort of discussing whether they were essential or not. There was toing and froing, and there was a lot of anxiety, a bit of arguing and all of that. And from what our government had said, it was pretty clear that I was not an essential service, so I would need to close down my business at midnight. Rather than staying in that group and joining those discussions, I immediately took action. I went to my computer, I drafted an email, I sent it to my email list, and in the next 6 hours, I sold more paint. So in that email, I gave them a call to action, a CTA. I said, I'm sending out last orders at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The courier will be here. If you want paint so that you can paint things during lockdown, order now. And I sold more paint in the next 6 hours than I did in a month. And it was incredible. And that's just one of the examples of how powerful an email list is. I had direct contact with my people. I didn't have to fight the algorithms of social media. I didn't have to try putting posts out and getting people's attention that way. I went straight to my people who were on my email list, and I sold to them immediately. Email lists are amazing. You must have one if you're in business and if you want to sell things. Okay, that's one little story. Let's get on with the rest of it. So right now, this for me is a hobby thing. This is a giving back thing. This is not a business technically. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do an email list, but what I am going to do is a way of building the know, like and trust factor is I'm probably going to put my chapter of my book free on Amazon, and I'll send people there and they can get to know more about me that way. That's just a little aside. And you might think, well, you haven't got an email address, an email list, and no, I don't. But this is not about that for me. But if you're in business, like I was for 10 years, you need one. I waited way too long when I started my businesses because I didn't know this information. I didn't know I needed an email address, and I didn't know the power of email lists. Sorry, I didn't know I needed an email list, and I didn't know the power of email lists. I've already told you it's a direct connection with your people. The other reason you need one is your email list is an asset that you own. You have total control over your email list. You decide when, where, and how you communicate with your people. And you don't have a platform that changes an algorithm, that shuts down your page because you accidentally, or your account because you accidentally do something against their rules that perhaps you didn't fully understand. That happens. It has happened. I've seen it happen. With some business coaches I've followed over the years, they've talked about examples of people they've known, they've had it happen. So if that happens to you and you don't have an email list, you have no way of contacting your people. It can take days. I had a friend actually, and I just remembered, who had her page shut down. It took her, I think it may have taken her a couple of weeks to get her page back on Facebook. And, if she didn't have an email list, she would have had no way of communicating with her customers and the people who subscribe to her email list. Okay, the next thing, an email list builds that know, like, and trust factor, which we all need to build with our audience as a business owner, as a YouTube channel owner. We need to build that know, like, and trust factor. And when we've got an email list, we can communicate with them. Email converts better than social media. You have that direct link, as I've already said. These people already know, like, and trust you. They are going to buy from you when they're ready and when you put an offer out that they like. Your email future-proofs your business. You're continually building your email list. You're adding subscribers to it. You're putting it out there and telling them to come to your list. And I'm going to get on to how that happens in a moment. But it future-proofs your business because you're always building on that email list. Now, I've still got an email list from my business, and I think it's probably about 6,000 people because I changed businesses. So I had my furniture paint company. My email list got up to about, well, I think it was over 9,000 or 10,000 people. I can't remember exactly. Then I changed my business. I became a personal coach, which I had trained for years ago, and it was my passion thing, which is all tied into this, what I'm doing now. And then I changed my business to that. A lot of my furniture paint people weren't interested in that. So my email list then I think got down to about 6,500 people, which I still have. So I downloaded that. So if I want to restart that list and send out to my list and say, hey, I'm back, this is what I'm doing now. If you want to follow me, come and check out my YouTube channel. If you don't, unsubscribe here, give them that option. I can use that list because they signed up to Catherine Price and Company, which is my coaching, my business, which is directly tied to what I'm doing now. So I can still use that to reconnect with those people. Okay, so remember as we go through, if you've got a question while I'm here live, pop it in the chat and I will answer those questions at the end. Right. Next thing, let me just double check. Okay, so that's why you need an email list. Next thing we're going to get on to is how you start an email list. You don't need a huge list to see results. So I started with 0 subscribers and it built slowly. Even with a few engaged subscribers on your email list, you can sell your product or services to them. You start by creating what is called a lead magnet. Now, a lead magnet is a high value piece of content, piece of information that you share with your people who sign up to your email list. in exchange for their email address. So that could be a mini training, it could be an ebook, it could be a cheat sheet, it could be a discount, it could be a checklist, a quick start guide, it might be a challenge. If you're a fitness channel, you might do a 3-day challenge. So sign up to my email list and we'll do a 3-day challenge, and you'll send them emails and you'll work through it like that. That's another video about the actual workings of your email list, but this is about getting your email list started and why you must have one. So keep your lead magnet simple. It might be 5 ways to be regular with your exercise, for example. Give them some lists of ways they can do that easily. So you've got your lead magnet. You need to choose your provider. So you need somewhere that you're going to gather your email addresses and you're going to send your emails from. Now, there are 2 ways you can do this as a beginner. Either you can sign up to something called, something like Mailchimp or MailerLite. I use MailerLite. I prefer it. It's less expensive than Mailchimp when your list gets big. And the other way you can do it is you can actually use Gmail, which is a good way to do it if you don't have a website, because with Mailchimp and MailerLite, you need to have your own domain that you send your emails from. That is your domain name of your website. So those are the 2 ways. If you have a website, use a mail provider. If you don't have a website, you can use Gmail. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description of this video to an email that tells you a video that tells you all about how to set up an email list in Gmail. So I'm not going to go into how to do it here. I'm just telling why you need it and these steps. Now, on that, the next thing is how to get your first subscribers. So what you're going to do is, in all of your marketing material, when you're communicating with your people, you're going to talk about your email list. You're going to tell your audience that if you want to get my list of 5 ways to be more regular with your exercise, sign up to my email list at on my website, yourdomain.com, for example, or send me an email at catherineprice.co.nz and I will send you my list of blah, 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 which is your lead magnet. So that's how you're going to get people onto your email list. Now, with your YouTube channel, what you're going to do is you are going to, in your description, you're going to talk about your lead magnet. So you're going to call it a freebie. Grab my free cheat sheet of 5 steps to making exercise, or how to be more regular with exercise. You're going to put that there. You're going to put it in your pinned comment of every video you put up. And you're going to talk about it wherever you actually talk. You're going to drop it into your email, to your videos. You're going to drop it into your lives. And you're going to share it with people everywhere you can. Okay, next thing. When they email you, you're going to send them your lead magnet. When they sign up via Mailchimp, you're going to set that up so they automatically get that. And all of that, how to do that, is actually in Mailchimp or MailerLite or whatever your provider is. Okay, so you're going to learn how to do that there. Now, something I wanted to drop in here, as a business owner, as a YouTuber, Google, and now, of course, ChatGPT are your best friends. Anything you need to know how to do, you go there and you ask. So you go to Google and you say, or to YouTube, and you say, how to create an email list and what provider to use. And you're going to get heaps of videos on how to do it. Those providers also have a lot of tutorials on their platforms. So you can go to their websites, MailerLite.com or Mailchimp.com. They have a whole lot of how-tos, videos, brilliant tutorials on how to get your email list up and running. So you can get all of that information there. Now, before I talk to you about how to use your email list, drop me any questions as we go. I'll answer those at the end. And I also want to let you know on a Tuesday I do a longer live Q&A. So I'll see you there. And on a Thursday, I do another tutorial as well. How to use your email list. The next thing, the final thing we're going to talk about. You need to decide when you want to communicate with your subscribers. So whether that's weekly, fortnightly, or just when you do promotions, whatever that is. What I recommend is that you do not only communicate with them when you're doing promotions. In order to continually build that know, like, and trust factor, you need to be communicating with them regularly so that they remember you. You don't want to send them an email once a month and go, buy this. There is a formula that I learned many years ago, and it is the free formula. Fee formula. So that means that you send 3 emails over a period of time. It might be 1 a week or whatever you choose, offering something of value to your subscribers, and in the 4th one you sell to them. So that's something to keep in mind. Don't always be saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. You can use ChatGPT to give you an idea of what you can communicate to your subscribers about. So go to ChatGPT and say, what value can I send to my subscribers on my email list in regular emails where I'm not selling? It'll give you ideas. Easy, done. Now, hi Peter, nice to have you here. Awesome, thank you for joining me. Something else I wanted to mention was someone I learned a lot about email marketing was Amy Porterfield in the early days of my business. Amy is amazing. She has a podcast, Email Marketing Made Easy, which I totally binged on for the first few years in my business. She's incredible, and she offers such high value. She has online courses which are fairly pricey. I did one back in the early days, but I'm just listening to her podcast, and she does a lot of great lead magnets and cheat sheets. And so check out Amy Porterfield. And so Q&A time. Before we start, actually we've got a question about exactly what I'm going to talk about, so let's just dive into the questions. Peter, when is a good time to have an email list? I don't have a business plan. I have no idea about business side of things. Okay, so obviously you're wanting a business, Peter, and you're wanting to turn your YouTube channel into a business. The best time to start an email list is today. Now, I have just talked, I think you came on after I talked about it, but I have talked about how to start your email list in this. So go back and watch this, how to set it up for $0 using Gmail, and set it up right now. Start talking about it in your videos. Create a lead magnet. I talk about all of what that is earlier in the video, so check that out, and start today. If I had have started my email list it's 8:20 p.m, not today. Hello, yes, exactly. It's a bit late. But yes, tomorrow, maybe. So watch the rest of this, take some notes, get started tomorrow. When you start a business, you need an email list, because that is how you are going to communicate with and sell to your subscribers, and you're going to build that know, like, and trust factor with them. Hello, Pongus, my friend from Bangladesh, who does amazing website work. He creates websites. He also he does a lot of great work. So he is on Fiverr. So if you need website work done, check out Pongus. We met. I am very well, thank you, Pongus. We met online a couple of years ago. He helped me out with some website things, and we've become great friends, which is awesome. So, welcome. Thank you for joining me, Pongus. I really appreciate that. Okay, so any more questions about building an email list, why you need it? And I think that's everything on my list. So I will be here live again on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. for a question and answer session about anything and everything, business, life, all the other things I'm doing on my channel, like weight loss, following. So I'm actually doing lots of things on this channel. I know that you're supposed to niche on YouTube, but I have decided that I am, for me, this is about giving back, and it's about helping other people, and there's a lot of ways that I want to do that. So, Peter, how would I even start trying to turn a channel into a business? Okay, so if remind me, Peter, what your niche on your YouTube channel is. So, for example, how would you turn it into business? For me, excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. I had an itchy nose the other day. For me, if I wanted to turn this into a business, which I am going to start offering some coaching, and for me that's just a hobby thing, and it's going to be half price of what I used to charge in business. But if I was doing it as a full-on business, I would start offering coaching, and I would talk about my coaching. I would set up a website, which I may do, and I would direct people to the website. I would have a lead magnet where they can sign up for that. And then on my website, I would sell coaching. So if you're, okay, so Peter, your channel's about helping people find self-confidence and self-belief. Okay, brilliant. That is so needed. It is so needed. And, that's part of what I do too here. So what you'll do is you need to talk about those things. Set up your email list, create a lead magnet, and get people to sign up to your email list, and then you take them through the whole process of marketing, which I'll talk more about in another video. But right now, start talking about those things on your YouTube channel, create a lead magnet, get people's email addresses, and then start communicating with those people via email, offering them great value, as I've talked about earlier in the video, and you build a business from there. Okay, so it's a long game, as is YouTube and building any business, but yeah, that's how you do it. So, okay, so we are almost at half an hour. That's usually about what these will be, sort of 15 to 30 minutes, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. New Zealand time for a longer chat and a Q&A. So have a great day, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. It's 7:25 a.m. here in New Zealand, and I'm about to go and have my breakfast and get on with my day. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now. See you on the next one, Peter. See you, Pongas.